Star Wars. It's one of the biggest franchises out there, and it's pretty much impossible to dodge Star Wars spoilers, since every show and movie ever makes Star Wars references all the time. But can you get so spoiled that you know what the movie is about without ever watching it at all? I mean, I haven't seen it, and you could call me the milk that's been sitting in my fridge for the last couple months, because I am white and a safety hazard. Ugh. Oh, and spoiled. Very much spoiled. Ugh. So, let's put it to the test. Can I explain the plot of Star Wars without having seen it? Let's go. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was this enormous wall of text flying through space. It probably spouts a bunch of exposition, like that the big bad, Darth Vader, did a evil, and Princess Leia went missing. Maybe something about the Order of Jedi, which is currently in hiding. Or they're just really bad at their jobs, because of, you know, everything evil going on. I feel like there should be a lot more, but also what else would it be saying? Like, oh, and also, if you were wondering, here's a guide on how to set C-3PO to incognito mode. Moving on. A good story needs a good protagonist, so let's find out what we're working with. On the small desert planet Tatooine, Luke Skywalker lives with his aunt and uncle, and they farm moisture? But Luke hates living there, because sand is coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. But one day, two androids crash land on the planet, where they get picked up by these little trash collector aliens. And when Luke just goes through his daily routine, which apparently includes shopping for literal garbage, he sees the two androids and ends up buying them. But when he brings them home, he learns that they were looking for someone so that they can deliver a message of utmost importance. And let me just say, if I bought a toaster and as soon as I brought it home it said, "Oh no, I can't make toast right now because I have to go on an epic adventure," I'd be like, "Bitch, you're going nowhere. I just want some toast." Anyways, Luke thinks that the person they want to deliver the message to is actually his Uncle Ben. So they figure out that the Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi went undercover with the fake name Ben Kenobi. Which is crazy for a fake name. It's like if James Bond has to go undercover and chooses the name Jeff Bond. Like, ooh, no way to figure out who that might be. So they go to his house and learn that he's a magical space wizard called a Jedi. And then R2-D2 starts playing a video message from Princess Leia showing her stealing something. To be honest, what she steals could be literally anything, and I don't know if it comes up later. I know it has to be important in theory, but I don't know how it would affect the story. So my best guess is she steals a folder with Emperor Palpatine's nudes. Originally, I wanted to say Darth Vader's nudes, since he is more present in the story and everything. But then I remembered that's actually her dad, so... Ugh. Obi-Wan now turns to Luke and says, "We have to save her, and you will have a choice to make. Come with me and train to be a Jedi, to save the galaxy from destruction and become a hero. Or stay here on the planet you spent your whole life on, in safety with your loving family. I will not judge you either way. Both paths can lead to a future filled with happiness and light, as long as you follow your heart." Huh.
Stephen Jeremiah Smith, I will have to have a word with you.
Sure, What's up, Dorothy?
Palpatine told me that you built a self-destruct button for my house for a freaking joke? Is that true?
Well, it certainly wasn't a dog. Our heroes currently don't have a way to get to outer space, so they go to a bar to find someone with a spaceship. I know the bar they go to plays their own kind of special space jazz music. Now I can't seem to remember what it was called. In the bar, they find Han Solo and Chewbacca, and they go to a private booth. We need a ship, and people say you're the guy to talk to. I can fly you wherever you wanna go. For the right price. But are you even any good? Boy, I made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Which actually is not a measurement of speed, but a measurement of distance. Although, that doesn't necessarily mean he's wrong either, because doing the Kessel Run on a shorter route is actually a greater feat for a pilot than just fast on its own. And this exactly proves my point for making this video. I would have had no idea what a freaking parsec even was if it wasn't for this movie that, to remind you, I haven't even seen. Yet it's stuck in my brain, while I legitimately struggle every time which direction my credit card goes into the card reader. So I will find a way to use this useless information, even if it's the last thing I do. Oh, McClunky. What? He shot first. Darth Vader has now captured Princess Leia, and is like,
Give me back the...
Wait, it all makes sense now. She didn't steal nudes. It's the blueprints for the Death Star, so that they can hit the self-destruct button later. Otherwise we wouldn't even know where it was. I'm literally figuring this out as I'm writing the script. Well, writing, not recording. So you may wonder, why am I still acting surprised now? Showbiz. So Vader wants the plans back, or else. He's like,
Come on, Leia. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
that's still Princess Leia to you.
Are you sure about that?
Somewhere else in space, the squad is on their way to the Death Star. While flying, Obi-Wan trains Luke in the art of being a Jedi by playing chess. Blindfolded. But it's hologram chess. Also with space monsters or something? I really don't know. But then we find out there's a problem. The self-destruct button is womp-rat sized. And like, how can you even hit something that small? To our surprise, our garbage boy Luke says he has a lot of experience shooting rats, so he's gonna do it. Everyone else is slightly concerned, but they don't really have another option. The crew arrives at the Death Star, and Obi-Wan says he has to fight Darth Vader alone. The rest of them should go and find Princess Leia. Which is probably going to be real easy, considering the Death Star is like the size of a planet. They figure the way to cover the most ground is to split up and look for clues. They don't find much, except for a bunch of stormtroopers that immediately start chasing them. Complete chaos breaks out, and things look pretty hopeless. But in that moment, our sweet garbage boy Luke picks up an alluring smell and ends up finding a trash chute. So he calls the others and jumps down. The rest of the group thinks that's the only way to get out of there, so they follow him. While that is happening, Obi-Wan finds and faces off against the Dark Lord himself, Darth Vader. They fight for a bit, but then Obi-Wan says something like, "Huh, if you strike me down, I'll be more powerful than you can ever imagine." So Darth Vader does a little bop on him and Obi-Wan dies here, I guess, by turning into a pile of clothes? But our story is far from over. Because the still alive part of our group is falling through the trash chute they jumped into. And after they fall into the garbage and having a quick encounter with a weird trash monster that is seemingly irrelevant to the plot, the walls suddenly start closing in and they realize this is actually a trash compactor. Knowing Luke, that's in all honesty probably his favorite way to die. But everyone else seems kinda bummed, so they look for a way to escape, but can't find anything. So they probably do that movie thing where they climb up between the closing walls and back up the trash chute. I don't know why this part would be in the movie, if they just end up where they came from except now covered in trash. But at this point, let's just go with it. Now that they're back up, they have to face their toughest challenge yet. 12 stormtroopers on either side of them, each trained as a soldier, warrior, and sharpshooter for their entire life. Finally, the crew finds and frees Leia, but even more stormtroopers are right behind them. They somehow make it back to the Millennium Falcon and manage to take off. We are now in the trench of the Death Star, and Luke has to hit the self-destruct button, but doesn't feel confident that he can do it. Ooh, I died against Darth Vader, so now I'm a ghost or whatever. And also, have you thought about that maybe you actually can do it? Woo. And then he does it. The shot hits its mark and the Death Star blows up. It ends with the gang celebrating the genocide they just committed. Luke makes a toast and says, "I have no doubt that the good side will mourn Obi-Wan's death today for years to come. But if we believe in his teachings, I think the real Star Wars were the friends we made along the way." So, that was Star Wars. The unquestionably 100% correct plot of Star Wars. And as long as I don't watch it and don't listen to any critique, it always will be. But for real, making all this was a lot of fun, even though it was so much work. If you're still here, thanks for taking the time to watch my dumb little video. It truly means a lot to me. And if you subscribe, I can offer you what everyone deep in their heart desires most. We both lean out of our windows tonight and sing A Grill Is Not a Home from SpongeBob. And if you like the video, I will even let you pick which part you want to sing. Even though I've got an amazing vocal range for SpongeBob, but a deal's a deal. If you got any ideas for videos you want me to make or thoughts about this one, I will do my best to answer every comment down below. And with all that said, bye!